What is your plan for example, farmers? Last term, you gave money to the farmers. Would you do that again?
Yeah, the farmers are going to be helped greatly because they're not going to be dumping everything into our country. This will be a great bill for farmers. And in terms of retaliation, if they retaliate, it's, as I said, it's reciprocal. So if they raise it a little bit, then we raise it automatically. So I don't think it helps for them to retaliate. But also remember this, they can't really retaliate because we're the piggy bank. We're the piggy bank. But if we don't do this, we won't be the piggy bank for long. We won't be much of a country.
President Trump is telling farmers not to worry about tariffs, arguing it's ultimately going to help them. Last time Trump did this, though, tariffs, last administration, that help did not come, and he ended up having to give farmers a $28 billion bailout. But in this second term, it is not only the tariffs that American agriculture is worried about, it's an executive order he signed on day one. Joining us now, National Farmers Union President Rob Larew. Rob, good to have you. Tell me a little bit about this executive order, what it is about it that is concerning American farmers.
Yeah, well, I'm really glad that you raised this topic because the general topic is a lot of uncertainty in farm country. And that is the fact that we do have the threat of tariffs, that we have right now a federal freeze on government's spending and programs that tie up a lot of programs that farmers have joined and have already invested in. And we're hoping for government investment back. On top of that, we also have the move to close USAID, and that means more uncertainty for farmers because of the importance of food aid to farmers markets out there. So really, the general theme across the board right now is a great deal of uncertainty, and it comes at a time when farmers economically are really stressed.
$2.1 billion goes to U.S. farmers with USAID as well, so that freeze affected the farmers. When we're talking about the programs or the specifics of what's been impacted, not to mention all the freeze for the money that came out of the Inflation Reduction Act from the Biden team, what sort of things are we talking about? What are farmers not getting?
Well, first of all, there were contracts signed with the federal government for farmers to invest in more sustainable practices. Often it's cost prohibitive to invest in equipment and infrastructure on their farms to make sure that we're prepared for sustainability into the future. As these contracts are now in place and farmers often have made really significant financial commitments. Right now, we have a freeze and a lot of uncertainty about whether or not the government will uphold their end of the bargain and whether or not farmers will be reimbursed for some of that investment.
So like farmers who've installed solar panels on the roofs of their buildings, or farmers who have tried to make way for sturdier crops, what are the things that they invest in that they're waiting to get paid back on?
It's everything from making sure that whether it's seed for native grasses, for more sustainable kind of cover crops, it is renewable energy projects such as solar panels or more energy efficient infrastructure on their farms. It can also, though, include farmers who are part of a community that is investing in rural water infrastructure and wastewater for their small rural communities. We are hearing stories where those investments are also tied up right now. And unfortunately, for a lot of these small and medium-sized farmers, that investment on top of financial strain right now really puts in question whether or not they're going to be able to continue to produce food.
What do you believe that the Trump administration needs to do to take out that uncertainty for these farmers, this American agriculture, so that, for instance, these farms don't go under, and also so we can keep down prices at the grocery store? That's
right. At its heart, as farmers, we are growing food because we want to feed people. So we want to make sure that we can be producing food to sell into the marketplace. And then also make sure that we are protecting the most vulnerable in our communities, both domestically and abroad. So we would love to see the administration be a lot clearer and a lot more thoughtful and measured in their approach. So as we talk about things like potential fraud and abuse in programs that provide U.S. food aid, I've seen those programs and I see a lot of value in them. So explain the case, slow things down, but simply closing offices, turning off funding while farmers are trying to make those investments, this is going to have a huge impact in rural America.
Don't just shut everything off. Take a look at what you're doing before you make the move. Maybe do a review, but before you make any big moves, just really consider who's going to be affected. Rob Larew, that's what I'm hearing from you. Rob, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Katie.